Okay guys, so let's just do a recap on this week's physics lesson. So if you remember, we did a lot on resistance. So let me just talk about resistance. Let me just refresh your mind. So resistance helps to resist the current flow. Okay, if you want to add resistance to a circuit, you want to resist the current flow, you want to reduce the current in the circuit, you add resistance. How do you add resistance? There are two ways to do it. You can either add a resistor. Okay, you add a resistor. This is a symbol of the resistor. Okay, you add a resistor, or you add components like more bulbs and more, maybe a buzzer. All these things, when you add components, it disrupts the current flow a bit more. Okay, it resists the current flow. You are adding resistance when you add these components, which means it will reduce the current flow. So for resistance, there's also series and parallel circuit. They behave differently. For series circuit, the total resistance is equals to the resistance given out by each resistor or each component. So if I want to know the total resistance in a circuit, I just add all of the resistance up in the circuit. For parallel circuit, we use this formula. Okay, 1 over R of the total is 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus 1 over R3, and then I convert it into total RT. So I invert the fraction once I found my total. Okay, so now there is one more formula that connects the current, the voltage, and now the resistance, because we've looked at current, we've looked at voltage and resistance. So how do the three of them relate to one another? They relate to one another through Ohm's law. Okay, so they relate to Ohm's law. So what is Ohm's law? So Ohm's law gives us this formula. Okay, Ohm's law gives us this formula. Ohm's law states that, okay, the current, the voltage divide the current gives me the resistance. Okay, so which means the current is proportional to the voltage, directly proportional to the voltage, and inversely proportional to the resistance, which means when current increases, resistance decreases. When the resistance is low, current is high. When resistance is high, current is low. This is what we've discussed before. So Ohm's law states that, okay, states that current is proportional to voltage so which means when current increases, voltage increases, so it's proportional, okay, and it's inversely proportional to resistance. Inversely proportional means when one increase, the other decrease lah. To resistance. Okay, so this is Ohm's law. Ohm's law connects the current, the voltage, and the resistance. So current is proportional to voltage. Proportional means it's when voltage goes up, current goes up. When current goes up, voltage goes up. So proportional to voltage and inversely proportional to resistance. Inversely proportional means terbalik. That means when resistance increase, current decrease. When resistance decrease, current increase. So this is Ohm's law. Okay? So that is all for the recap of this week's lesson. I will see you all in class. Bye-bye.